What's going on, Packers fans? Welcome into the Green Bay Packers Report. My name is Joey Petersen, and I get it. It's early. This game's not being played for another 8 days, but we're at the point of this season where every single game feels like the most important game of the year, and I would say that's how this one feels in Week 14 against the Chicago Bears. So on today's show, I'm going to give you a little bit of an early preview. It won't be the last one, but I thought it'd be fun to do after the Thanksgiving game. You want the Bears to be beaten by the Green Bay Packers? If you do, don't risk it. Hit that thumbs up button. Like today's video. Get the mojo going 8 days before this one. And like the video for it. If you want to beat Chicago, that is going to start by stopping their run. They've got two really talented backs, and they are coached by a guy in Ben Johnson who this is his calling card, okay? Running the football. A lot of people think Ben Johnson, right? And they think of, okay, his time in Detroit in 2023, 2024, it was one of the most prolific offenses in the National Football League. They think of this year in Chicago, and they think, okay, he's a guy that likes to throw the ball a lot, toss it all over the yard. That's not him. He does do those things. He gets wide receivers open, but it's all based on them being able to run the football. And so far this season, the Bears are a top 5 rushing team in the National Football League. Now, part of that is because DeAndre Swift is a great running back. Monungai's a great running back as well. But it's funny because you can almost see a direct correlation in losses they have and DeAndre Swift's stat line. He's been kept under 65 yards on the ground in every single game they've lost so far this season. Okay? So I'm not saying keep them under 65, you're going to win the football game. But if you want to tee off on their quarterback, if you want to stop their offense in its tracks, it starts with stopping the run because that's what gets their offense going in the first place. I gave you one key to victory. I got 4 more coming up. But you give me one. What is your biggest key to victory for next week's game against the Chicago Bears? You let me know your answer down below in the comments section. Number 2, you got to win on third down. Okay, this is both on the offensive and the defensive side of the football. Okay, this is a massive part of this sport, of this game. And for the Green Bay Packers this year, this seems like it's lockstep with wins and losses. And I know we can all think of some pretty bad losses this team has had so far this season. And a big reason of that is, well, you were horrific on third down. You could not convert to save your life. And even a couple of the wins, that close win against the New York Giants, that first half when you went at halftime losing against the Pittsburgh Steelers, you were like 0 on third down conversions. Now, how does that get better? Well, it starts with being better on first down. And I get it. Probably sounds a little bit elementary. Probably sounds, a little bit obvious. But let's just call a spade a spade. It's easier to convert on 3rd and 3 than it is 3rd and 7. Is it not? It is. I would love to see a little bit more early down creativity from Matt Lafleur. It feels like at this point, and I think we can all agree, he's gotten a little bit chalk in where he goes on first or second down. He's become a little bit more predictable on where he's going to go on first or second down. I'd love to see him switch some things up. Maybe he's been heavy run this year. Maybe start with a play action pass on first down for the majority of this game. Regardless, you got to get yards early, so that makes those third down conversions look a lot less daunting. Let's go back to the defensive side of the football. If you're going to beat Chicago, you're going to have to get pressure on their quarterback. You're going to have to get pressure on Caleb Williams. If you look at the PFF grades and the stats so far this season, from a clean pocket to one that is under pressure, it's a massive, massive drop-off. Now, in Caleb's defense, it's going to look like this for most quarterbacks in the National Football League, but it's still worthy being talked about. And I think the biggest number you're going to see right there is that turnover-worthy play percentage. It goes up almost a full percent from 2.5 to 3.3 when he's under pressure, okay? Williams has had a good season. I want to give him his flowers. I don't want to, tear him down. Do I love Caleb Williams? No. Do I wish Caleb Williams was my franchise quarterback? No. Would I take Caleb Williams over Jordan Love? No. But Ben Johnson, what he's been able to do with him in year 2 has been very, very impressive. However, you still see it throughout the game, throughout quarters, from drive to drive. You'll see little bits of inconsistency, little bits of inaccuracy still pop up. He's very far from the perfect quarterback or a finished product. So if you dial up the heat just a little bit, you're going to see those pop up more and more throughout this ballgame. I introduced to you Micah Parsons. I mean, just think about how dominant he was 2 games ago against Minnesota. 2 sacks, 3 quarterback pressures, a quarterback pressure rate of 13%, 1.93 seconds. That was the time to pressure. He was a one-man wrecking crew. I think we all know that clip I'm talking about. Bull rush up the gut, straight up the middle, took on the center and the right guard, and then still got to J.J. McCarthy. Micah, this is what you're traded for to help win these division games. Fill in the blank for me. Micah Parsons will get how many sacks against Chicago? Is it 1, 2? Maybe you're a pessimist. Maybe you think it's 0. Let me know down below in the comment section. We got more keys to victory to get to in just a second. But before that, I got to tell you about our awesome sponsor of today's show, my favorite sponsor that we have here, because I play Underdog every single weekend, okay? Football season is in full swing. It's mid-November. It's late November. Thanksgiving's over. It's almost December, and Underdog is still the best place to get in on all the action. Let's cut to the chase. If you download the app today and sign up with promo code Packers Report, you score $100 in bonus entries when you play your first $5. Playing on Underdog is easy. Just pick whether your favorite players will go higher or lower on stats like rushing yards, receptions, touchdowns, and more. Get your picks right, and you could win up to 5,000 times your cash. I got a hodgepodge lineup for this weekend. Okay, win a little college football, also win a little bit NFL. For my NFL pick, give me the higher than half an interception thrown for Shedeur Sanders. For college football, give me the lower on Ty Simpson, 1.5 passing touchdowns. I feel like that's going to be a lot closer game than people anticipate. And then the game that I'm going to be at today, give me the higher on 2.5 passing touchdowns for Vols quarterback Joey Aguilar. See if my alma mater can get it done against the Commodores. Download the app today. Sign up with promo code Packers Report to score $100 in bonus entries when you play your first $5. That's promo code Packers Report. Underdog. Make picks, win money. Must be 18 or older, 19 or older in Alabama and Nebraska, 19 or older in Colorado for some games, 21 or older in Arizona, Massachusetts, and Virginia. And present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/playing get terms_DFS_.html for details. Offer not valid in Maryland, Michigan, New Jersey, New York, Ohio, and Pennsylvania. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org. In New York, call the 24/7 Hope line at 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY to 467-369. We can't talk about one quarterback without talking about the other. So, of course, Jordan Love, he's going to be on this list. He's got to be able to protect the ball for multiple reasons. Number one, that's just how you're going to win any football game. If your quarterback throws picks, that's not going to be good for your football team. But also happens, the team that you're going up against is one of the best and the best in the National Football League in turning quarterbacks over. They lead the NFL with 1.45 interceptions a game, okay? Now, a lot of times, you see a team that's really good at forcing turnovers, really good at getting interceptions. And you think, okay, they probably got a really good pass rush. They're able to put a ton of pressure on opposing quarterbacks. They try to throw in tight windows. They try to get rid of the ball. That puts it in harm's way. But the funny thing is about the Bears is they actually don't have an unreal pass rush. It's actually one of the bottom in the National Football League. They just rely on having really good players in that secondary and asking those players, hey, you go and make plays, okay? And there's also, just like we talked about, I believe it was on Tuesday's show, a stark correlation in interceptions thrown in games lost for the Green Bay Packers and Jordan Love. Now, he's done a great job at protecting the football this year. Has he been perfect? No, not by a long shot. But I'm not going to complain in the scope of the full season. Protecting the ball is massive for Green Bay because the defense isn't getting turnovers. Last year, Jordan Love was far worse at turning the football. But it almost didn't matter as much because the defense was creating turnovers of their own left and right, led the National Football League in turnovers force. And this year, they're like a bottom 10 unit in that category. Now, they've been ramping it up a little bit more as of recent. But still, man, if you're not going to have a defense that turns the football over, you got to protect the ball yourself. What is your score prediction for Green Bay, Chicago? Let me know down below in that comment section. I'm about to give you my score prediction, but don't cheat off mine. You get your own in the comment section. Number 5, make the play late. These are division games. This is a rivalry, okay? You had some really close games with this team that you were a whole lot better than last year, all right? It's going to come down to who can make that big play late, like it always does. Whether it's the NFC North, hell, whether it's the National Football League. We see it week in and week out. You barely beat the Bengals. You barely beat the Jacoby Brissett Cardinals. You barely beat the Giants. You beat them because you were able to make plays late. That's going to have to happen again next Sunday against the Chicago Bears. My prediction, Bears 20, Packers 24. I think it's close. I think you get the win, a much-needed win in the NFC North race. Make sure you give me followed on social media. We're going to get on out of here. Hope you guys have an awesome Thanksgiving weekend. Hope you had a great Thanksgiving. Hope all you're doing today is watching football, eating leftovers, and enjoying time with your family. Subscribe. We'll see you tomorrow.